anything, okay? And at that moment, I knew my life had changed forever. Hello, how you doing? Yes. Can we all just stand up really quick because we've been sitting for a minute? Can we all stand up, move our legs around? I am Tina. Otherwise...
Meet Tina, stars Tina Wilson, a beacon of hope and transformation for women over 40. As a licensed life and health coach, Tina specializes in empowering those who have faced life's toughest challenges.
Here's the edge of your seat. So when someone says, Tina, how did you do? I'm going to say, I had it at the edge of their seat.
Drawing from her personal triumphs over tragedy, Tina guides women on a transformative journey. Her unique approach is grounded in the 5 pillars of transformation: mindset, heart set, nutrition, fitness, and resilience. Tina's mind, body, and soul awakening program isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Through her online fitness boutique studio, she merges physical well-being with emotional growth. As an international motivational speaker, Tina's voice resonates across continents. She inspires and educates through her podcast, her dynamic presence on platforms like Clubhouse and Toastmasters International, and her compelling storytelling. Celebrating her latest achievement, the publication of her first book, No More Traumedy, Tina continues to leave a lasting mark in the art of transformation.
I said I need to make a book for anyone who's had some type of trauma or tragedy, because there's no playlist. People don't like to talk about it. Remember, I was with my coach and I'm like, well, this person's got a cool thing. They do motivation. They do finances. I talk about traumedy. That's not cute. He's like, Tina, you make traumedies look good.
Yeah. Stars Tina Wilson, transforming lives by overcoming one traumedy at a time.
Hey, grand rising to you and also you. So I was searching for like a decent background for you guys, but it was kind of challenging because I forgot my AirPods this morning. And if I would have went to my regular spot, you would have heard crickets. You would have heard the cars going by. So I'm legit like in a back corner, but that's okay. Welcome. Welcome to the 7 a.m. cup of motivation. When you come into this space, you're going to get the motivation, the inspiration, and the transformation, family and friends. I am here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. with all the energy. Now, today and this week, it's all about surrendering. It's all about transforming through keeping your word. Yes. Now, I posted something yesterday that I saw Eric Thomas say. And if you don't know who Eric Thomas is, get from under the freaking rock, okay? Eric Thomas is one of my favorite motivational, inspirational, transformational speakers because he talks from the gut, right? It's here. And when he comes in hot. Like, he's got this song. I used to play it when we were on the bike, and it was like no days off, right? Monday, I grind. Tuesday, I grind. Wednesday, I grind. Thursday, I grind. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just like grinding every single day. Okay, my friends, if you want to live the life of your dreams, you gotta grind every day. And I'm not saying you gotta like sweat and just like, but be intentional about everything you do, everything you want. If you truly want something, at least this works for me, I make a plan and I make sure that I get it done. Right? So motivation, inspiration, transformation. And there was that was the post he put, like, oh, this is what I want to share. So he was saying it's super easy to show up, right? When you slept well, when your honey gave you cuddle bunnies the night before, when you had that nice healthy meal, right? When you got your hair done, when you get your everything. It's easy to show up, right? It's easy. But unfortunately, we don't have those easy days every single day, but you still must show up for yourself. You still must show up for yourself. And he gave a challenge. He says, the next 3 times you don't feel like showing up, the next 3 times you don't feel like doing something, challenge yourself to do it anyway, right? I'm right here, and there's like these beautiful white rocks. on the ground. And I want to be that solid rock. I want to be that rock that when I go out into the world, it's just a ripple effect of wonderfulness, making changes, making everyone great, making everything great. Everyone I surround, I want big, solid boulders of rocks. Yes, yes, yes. Again, I want to thank every single person who came out to our event. A couple weeks ago, we had a health and wellness expo in Rahway, New Jersey. It was absolutely amazing. The children loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. So many things happening. As you know, we're at the end of the quarter. We have 3 more months left. Hi, Mommy. I love that. See, that is what you call a ritual. Even though she doesn't come to class anymore, that's okay. Because, you know, we have an online fitness boutique studio every morning at 6 o'clock. We're pumping the iron. We're going. We're just in it. We miss you in class, Mommy. We would love to see you. Carla and Teresa and Renee, you're pushing. I love it. If you're looking for a community, right, and you need that extra energy, join us in the mornings to get fit. So I like to begin with our Bible verse of the week. Mommy, what's a Bible verse of the week? Tap it in. Come on. I want you guys to join in this conversation. We've been doing this every day. The Bible verse, it's a Jeremiah something, a Jeremiah. For I know, you know, like if you back up something, oh, it does look a little better to read when I back up. For I know the plans I have for you. God knows. He knows the plans for us. We don't know them. We just kind of like try to do our own thing, but you can't do that. I declare, Renee, come through and read it.
All right, I'm happy to. I love this. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And that's Jeremiah 29:11.
Thank you very much, Renee. So I've got this little download that just came, Renee, that moving forward, you're going to be a part of the Bible verse of the week. We're just pulling you into this part of the segment of the show. That's just what God is saying to me, right?
There you go.
And for me today, read it one more time for me, please.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and to not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11.
You know what I think is so wild? Sometimes it may feel as if things aren't going good and it's like, why so hard, right? But they might have to be hard. Pastor Jeff said something that just really awakened me. You know, I was saying how it felt like the devil he couldn't get to me, and so he was getting to my loved ones and like doing all this bad stuff. And he's like, you know, sometimes we give the devil just too much credit. Like, hello, you're not all that devil, all right? Stop giving him the credit, right? And he said that could be God giving us strength. Because if you think about it, think of a diamond, right? And I started working with diamonds lately, so I know the difference between like a natural diamond and a lab created diamond, right? That natural diamond starts out ugly and dark, and it's the pressure, it's the toughness that makes it so beautiful, right? And I don't know if you guys know anything about lab created diamonds. A lab created diamond, what they do is they take a little piece of a natural diamond. Now, a natural diamond has these little dark spots in it because it's not perfect, right? If it's there too long, it won't crystallize all the way. If it's there not long enough, you know, all those sorts of things. So what they do is they take a little piece of the natural diamond, the original one, right? Because you have the clarity. I was all in it, Renee, this week. I was just like, ooh, trying to figure out what type of ring I want, you know, because my baby daddy is going to be getting me. It's going to be, I don't know who he is yet, but anyway, what they do is they take a little piece of the diamond and they put it in like a microwave, and then they add more coal, not coal, I forgot what it was. I said coal, but it's something else, but they put more in it to like pressure it. So what happens naturally in the earth, they do in this microwave. So it takes about 2 weeks to make like a little dot to a 2 carat. Right? So when you're looking at rings, yeah, I was looking. So if you're looking at a ring and if it looks too perfect, it's probably created in a lab. So you can have like a 1 carat diamond that's natural for like $3,000. But then, but then you can have a 5 carat or a 10 carat formed in a lab for the same price, because the quality of it, right? That's why in life, I believe that God, what is my point of this whole thing, guys? God has created us with imperfections to push through. And when we have those hard times, when we have those, feel the muscle up, right? By the way, it's looking good. All right. Thank you for that. Question of the day. Give us question of the day while you're here.
The question of the day. is if you had to create a catchy motto about keeping your word, what would it be?
You see,
I'm
every
happy
question of the
to.
week, she's making it around your word because we're all talking about keeping your word. All right, a catchy phrase you said?
Yes.
A catchy phrase, a catchy phrase, a catchy phrase. Word, word. Give me a beat, Renee. Give me a beat, Renee. Come on, come on.
I'm
Tap the
laughing
deck,
at my response.
tap the deck. Give me some beat, give me a beat now. Come on. When you keep your word, you are the word. When you keep your word, you are the word. All right, that was off the top of my head. If anyone thinks they can do better, come on in. Come on in. I challenge you. I challenge you. Thank you for that, Renee.
Mine was keep your word like a dog keeps a bone, fiercely and without distraction.
Oh my God. You went to Chat GPT for that. I know you did. You went to my boyfriend. You went to my
I
boyfriend
did.
Chat GPT. Okay. Thank you, Renee, for pulling through. All right, family and friends. So all week, we have been talking about how to keep your word. Put the title up there for those, Renee, that did not see what we've been talking about all week. And then we're going to go through the first 3 or 6 and then go through. So how to keep your word and surrender your excuses. Let's recap from the week. Number 1, when we were talking about keeping your word, is identify your excuses. 2, spend time asking yourself, why do you make these excuses? 3, start keeping your word to God and yourself. 4, find support that will hold you accountable. 5, stop committing yourself until you are sure. 6, realize that you are no better than your word. All right, so for today's 3, today's 3. All right, so I can't understand. I can't read that, Renee, so come on through again.
It says number 7 is understand how any kind of excuse impacts the institution or individual you gave your word to.
Gotcha. All right, here we go. Any excuse. And what I have to say with this, it may be a valid excuse. I don't want to say excuse, it may be a valid reason, but it's still an excuse, okay? The fact that my son was murdered 8 years ago is a fact, right? That is a truth. The fact that I will probably have some sad moments for the rest of my life is a fact, yes. But it's just an excuse if I say, I'm not going to work out because my son was murdered. I'm not going to be the best version of myself because of that traumedy. I'm not. Those are just excuses. Yes, it's a valid excuse. Traumedy, we talk about this all the time. This is my platform. This is my jam. Yes, family and friends, I want you to embrace them because once you recognize that you have a problem, and I don't even like that word problem because when I think of problem is it's like you can't solve it. When I hear problem, it's like, so I need to stop saying that, right? Because I've been saying it a little bit lately. But when you recognize that you have a serious situation going on in your life, the only way you're going to push through it is to say, okay, so this is going on when I get mad. The only way you're going to stop it is if you recognize it. Yes. So stop the excuses, even if they're valid. If you say, and I do this myself, right? I speak from experience. Everything I do and say, I speak from my personal experiences or from my clients. And at least once a month, sometimes once a week, I get super emotional. Yesterday was one of those days, but I did really good. Actually, the past 2 or 3 days, if I'm being totally honest, I've been super emotional. And then I was like, I'm getting mad at the person, mad at myself. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go get French fries from McDonald's. I never go to McDonald's. I'm going to get French fries. I'm going to get ice cream. I'm going to do all this stuff. I'm like getting mad. And I'm like, girl, hold up. Wait a minute. Is that going to fuel your body? Is that truly going to make you feel good? Maybe for the first 5 seconds, okay, maybe 15, 30 seconds. When you're eating it, you're like, nom, 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 and then it's like, okay, it's really not that good because you get this feeling in your stomach. It's like, it's not worth it, right? So there's no excuse. I don't care if it's valid. I don't care if it's not, that you can't do something. If you say, well, I'm hurt. I hurt my shoulder. Let me tell you, dude, all right? I've been on this fitness journey working out full-time professionally since 2014. I said it, right? I cannot tell you how many injuries I have gotten, because when I say I work out, I go like hard. I remember one time I was doing box jumps and I like scraped up my shin where my shoulder was hurting. My cousin is a doctor. She does acupuncture and cupping. And this is when I wasn't eating meat. And she's like, girl, you have to eat meat. Your body needs meat. She's doing acupuncture. She's like, you're always in pain. Because I would just go hard. It was no excuses. Use it as your therapy, right? By the way, I have therapy in a few, so keep me on track, Renee. Let's go to the next topic. All right, number next. Did you put it up? If you put it up, Renee, I can't read it. Okay, go.
Yeah, it is come to grips that your commitment has to override what you think is a great opportunity.
One more time.
Come to grips that your commitment has to override what you think is a great opportunity.
So I want to thank you. I want to get into that word commitment first, all right? Because I use this a lot. When I'm teaching or coaching someone, I'll say your commitment is 5. Your goal is 7 to 10. Why? A commitment is something you're going to do, no ifs, no ands, no buts, right? I commit to being the best mother I can be no matter what. I commit to being the best wife that I can possibly be. You have to see these things. When I was leaving my women's group the other day, my women's church group, entrepreneur group, we were walking to the elevator, and it was funny because the leader, they were talking about like prophecies and things like that. And we were joking around, and one girl was like, well, I need you to find, to prophesize my husband or whatever. And then as we were walking to the elevator, it was a bunch of us. And one of the ladies, Coach Tabby, she had said, well, you know what? The best way to find a husband is to start acting like a wife beforehand. Because it's not like you're going to find the man and then start acting like the wife. No. Walk like a wife, talk like a wife, heck, dress like a wife, right? If that's what you want, that's what you have to perceive yourself to be. So commit to doing what you want to do so you can get the opportunities you want, right? As I watch that sizzle reel, it just motivates the crap out of me. And to be honest with you, I feel like I haven't even done that much this year. I'm going to have to do a recap of what I've done, because I look at that, because all that sizzle reel is what I did last year. Winning the Toastmasters, or maybe that was, I can't remember. But anyway, just keeping your word, keeping your commitment to what you're going to do so the doors can open, right? There are so many doors open. I'll be in Jersey again next week because what? The doors are opening. I have a couple of meetings today. Doors are opening. It's all about relationships. I was watching another, this is why, someone said it's addiction. But it's okay, all right? Because I'm a little addicted to Instagram, just a little bit. But this woman, or maybe it was Pharrell, I don't know, was talking about collaborations, right? The importance of having collaborations is I don't know about you, but I want to be around strong, powerful people, right? And if you're not that strong and powerful, it's okay. You can still be in a group. You can still be a part of the tribe. But when you have those strong, powerful people, you have to allow them to be great, to shine. Maybe you step back a bit and say, go ahead, so you can learn, so they can inspire, all those great things. And all the wonderful people I met at my event, the vendors, right? The activity people, I'm partnering with them, and I'm just so excited about what we're gonna build. First of all, we're cooking it. We're cooking. You ever all right, let's talk about fast food and regular cooking, right? Because if you think about Thanksgiving or Christmas, I don't know about you, but my grandmother would start cooking like weeks before by shopping for the food. She'd make the can sale. She'll get her coupons, get all the food together. And then 2 days before, she'll start prepping it. And then the night before with the turkey, all the stuff. I don't know, because I don't really cook turkeys like that. But it takes time, right? It's got to marinate. You got to marinate the meat. I don't do ribs and stuff, but then you got to rub it in and all that sort of stuff. My point is, if you're creating something great with other people, you have to let it marinate. You have to let it sit, let the thoughts come and go. It's the same thing when writing my book. Our first book, I couldn't attack it all at once because it's about trauma, when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. It's crazy, right? I can't attack all that all at once. So when you're committing to something, let it cook, let it get together, and then it's going to just flow like the ocean. All right, Renee, give us number next. Number next. Expect at least one benefit from keeping your commitment. Ooh. And when we say commitment, we mean keeping your word, right? And you may not want to do it. I cannot tell you how many mornings I just did not want to get up. Things may change, things may flow. You may say you were going to do something and then it's like, I don't want to. So this is what you can do, all right? Because who was I talking to? My good friend. When I was in Jersey, I went out with my good friend. I'm like, hey, I'm coming back in 2 weeks. Let's do, because it's not Thanksgiving, Lord. Halloween is coming up. And I'm like, let's go for a hayride. Have you ever been on a hayride? And he's like, no, I've never been on a hayride. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, let's plan such and such date. And he's like, I don't plan things. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what's wrong with you? And I think the reason why is because he doesn't want to have to say no when in case that happens. So this is what I said. Okay, let's tentatively make a plan, right? And if it happens, and just be honest, people, be honest. If you don't feel, you know what? I woke up this morning, I really don't feel like doing such and such. You know what? I really don't want to do that anymore. And just say no, right? No is a complete sentence. You don't have to go on and on as to why you don't want to do it. So you're going to get so much benefit when you keep your word. And so before you even say you're going to do something, say, that's a great idea. Let me ponder on it. Let me think on it. I'll get back to you on it. You don't have to give an answer right away. Or if you're around me, because I'll be like, I want to answer. Answer me now. Yes or no. Yes or no. That's me. I'm like, it's a yes or a no. Tina, I understand that you need a yes or no answer, but I can't do that for you now. Let's wrap up these three, Renee. Actually, let's wrap them all up from the top. From the tippity top. Here we go. Wrapping up all of the reasons. Number 1, identify your excuses. 2, spending time asking yourself, why are you making excuses? 3, start keeping your word to God and yourself. 4, find support that will hold you accountable. 5, stop committing yourself until you are sure. 6, realize that you are no better than your word. 7, oh Lord Jesus, understand how any kind of excuse impacts the institution, oh Lord Jesus. Go to the next one, Renee. Hopefully they can read it. Number 8, I don't have my glasses on, guys. Come to grips that your commitment has to override what you think is a great opportunity. And 9, expect at least one benefit from keeping your commitment. Put the title up there again, Renee. This is what we've been talking about all week, how to keep your word and surrender to the excuses. When I say surrender, I just think of putting my hands up. It's okay. I got this. Remember, God has always got your back, family and friends. I am Stars Tina. This is your 7 a.m. cup of motivation. We're here Monday through Friday, bringing you the motivation, inspiration to transform your life, right? If you want to transform your life, it starts with your mindset. We have so many things coming up. Make sure you go to our website. Everything that I'm doing is all in honor of my sonny boy, Jamal Gaines. Renee, if you're able to put that clip up there, that'll be great. We have a Give Butter, which is kind of like a GoFundMe account for all the things that we're doing. So if this has touched your heart in a little bit, you can give a donation. Renee, if you can pop it in anytime. We have our book launch coming out November 23rd. We have our event, Hope for the Holidays, which is an event for anyone who's lost someone, and it just kind of gives you that extra support during the holidays of Thanksgiving.
The young entrepreneur was killed at a business he owned downtown.
Laying there in his puddle in his own blood at that point. Literally holding him and screaming his name as he's taking his last breath.
Gaines was 21 years old when he was murdered.
And the Emmy goes to The Tape Room, Jamal Mally Gaines.
What's going on with my son? Like, I'm sorry, your son is dead.
And the last time I saw my brother was in the hallway where he died. And I told him, you need to get a gun. You need to have more protection.
Somebody knows something. Somebody out there has some answers about what has happened.
This is ridiculous. Okay, it should not happen. This needs to stop. Young black man with a business. Yes. You see what I'm saying? Yes!
They were coming after the store, even though they shot him, he was still just fighting as he was going down. He went out there charging like a lion, and that's what we named his foundation after, Lion-Hearted Legend, because he had so much freaking heart.
Greatness attracts hate and jealousy and envy and greed. Yes. When what it should attract is motivation. Because that's what Marley did for me. He motivated me.
Hey, thank you for that, Renee. See you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m. Cup, peace, and a bottle of hair grease. Bye.